Cup. They're both coming out of a race last Sunday. Now, this was at Foxton, and Parry finished fourth behind Guinness Affair, and Gaze Gem managed to finish third. So just on the relative finishing positions there, I'd suggest that Gaze Gem might be a bit of value compared to Parry.
All right, Tony, we're told in New Zealand the favourite is number 2, Parry, $5.30 here, but shorter across the Tasman. A 5-year-old from Foxton who failed in a Class 3 last time out, over 1,200 metres, coming back a peg today, back to a Class 2, over 1,200 metres. Parry tumbling into $4.40. Anything else there now, Tony?
Oh, well, the other one that's in the betting, Aotearoa Star. This one's had 21 starts, only 2 wins so far. And it also comes out of that Hastings race there recently. The winner again was Guinness Affair, but on that occasion, Aotearoa Star was beaten 4 lengths.
Late support for Gaze Gem, number 3, a 5-year-old from Otaki. His recent form's okay. He's been in the placings a little bit lately. He raced at Foxton on Monday, ran third there on a slow track over 1,200 metres, and then third at New Plymouth, 3 starts back over 1,200 metres. He certainly doesn't mind a wet track, which, looking at those conditions, is certainly going to be an advantage for him today. That's Gaze Gem, number 3, to be ridden by D. Weatherly. It's tumbling into about 5-2 on the New Zealand TAB, so that's good overs at the moment with the New South Wales tab. Gaze Gem at $7.20. Not good conditions for racing, Tone, are they?
Yeah, it looks a bit boggy, doesn't it, Matt? It'll be easy to pick out Gaze Gem, that's one thing. He's the son of Tanker Port, and Gaze Gem's got that big white blaze, big chunky bay horse, and the white blaze, so we'll be able to pick him out despite those dismal conditions.
That's Redmore, 5, about to go up into line, and back over behind the line is Parry, number 2, who's one of the favourites to be ridden by the star New Zealand apprentice, Michael Walker. You notice that most of his mounts start well in commission. Just as soon as punters see M. Walker, they're straight on to him, $4. 7.10 Gaze Gem, 5.40 Aotearoa Star, and the gun runners at $4.60. They're moving in very quickly, race 2 New Zealand. Soon we'll look at the card at Cheltenham, but let's link up with our Kiwi coverage.
Racing. Off they go now, and now La Montrachet was just a little wrong-footed after the start and drops out to be a clear last, and getting away quickly is the gun runner. It leads now from second Aotearoa Star after the 1,000 metres. Gaze Gem is nice and handy, tracked up by Redmore. Favourite Parry inside of it, improving My Hendricks, and following that through is Fabiano's Appeal, and 6 lengths to La Montrachet. They run off the back of the 800 metres, and the gun runner, he is running 2.5 in front of Aotearoa Star, a little more than a length to Gaze Gem. My Hendricks next, and then Redmore the inside. Parry's a long way back here, and then Fabiano's Appeal, and still 6 lengths to La Montrachet. The gun runner's got a real buffer on them coming down the side. 500 metres to go. It's the gun runner by 6 lengths here from Aotearoa Star as they turn and go for home. The gun runner is lonely at the top of the straight. 7 lengths in front of Aotearoa Star, who's chasing hard now, and then Parry starting to get into the clear and work home. Further away is Gaze Gem. It's the gun runner and Catriona Iverson well in front with 100 to go. It's 5 lengths to Aotearoa Star, and then Parry running on the inside of that is Redmore, but it's all the gun runner. The gun runner, as easy as you like, gets them by nearly 3 lengths. Aotearoa Star second, 7 lengths away to Parry, and then Redmore the inside. Gaze Gem, Fabiano Appeal, and back behind that was My Hendricks, and La Montrachet was last throughout.
7, 4 and 2. 7 the gun runner, $4.90 and $1.90. 4 Aotearoa Star, $2, and 2 Parry, $1.10. The gun runner getting through those bleak conditions to score 7-4-2 race 2. The full list of totes in a moment. Now in the next race, New Zealand, when we go back to Pukekohe in 12 minutes, 1 Picture Perfect, $8.90. 2 Transfield at 31. Or Trackenfeld it is. Just Adair 20, 4 Stinger 11, 5 Horse Ligeri 15, 6 Lotus Mac 41, 7 Shore Tea 29, and 8 Aruba Sun $18. Then 6.50 Astorella, Nun's Chorus $5, 31 Our Silhouette, Deputy Girl 9.10, Bay Myth 29. I Declare $7.90, Just Love Me 25, and 16 Miss Citrine is at 54. And 17 and 18 are scratched. A 1,300 metre maiden, New Zealand, coming up in 11 minutes. 7 The Gun Runner, ridden by C. Iverson, $4.90 and $1.90. 4 Aotearoa Star, $2. 2 Parry, $1.10. The Quinella, $13.50. The Exacta, $26.20. And the Trifecta, $41.50 on race 2 from New Zealand. And we'll stand by for correct weight in the next race, the third event coming up in a bit over 10 minutes' time. Now, we owe you some information for Cheltenham earlier on. The gear information wasn't advanced and been in the placings on 2 occasions. Third at Te Awamutu 2 runs back, and then runner-up at Hastings at his first start over 1,200 metres. So Picture Perfect 550, Nuns Chorus 560, Astorella at 590 of the 3 under double figures. Now, one to watch is one that's paying $17 at the moment. Track and Field, number 2. A 4-year-old who's trained at the track. He's only had the 2 starts. He's been well supported in New Zealand. Runner-up at Tauranga last start over 1,400 metres in a maiden handicap. He's having his 3rd start at the races today. M. Duplessis on board, one of the leading riders over there, currently paying $17. I noticed one going in the Sunline colours. Well, that's Nuns Chorus from the Trevor McKee stable. Of course, Trevor will be tuning in somewhere in Australia today to have a look at this New Zealand race. He'd be here to see Sunline run in the Manikato Stakes. Repeating that news that Might and Power has been scratched from this afternoon's Warwick Stakes at Canterbury. At this stage, we've been unable to establish whether the horse will be retired or will race on. We don't have too many details at this stage, just that the horse was found to have some lameness this morning, and the connections are not taking any risks with Might and Power, so he has been scratched from the Warwick Stakes, but we hope to establish this morning or in the early part of this afternoon how serious that injury is and whether he will race on or whether he will be retired. I guess that's one possibility that's going through the minds of connections at the moment. It's always been a little bit touch and go. We've just been so excited about the way his legs have been holding up as he prepared for his first up run, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. He has been scratched, Might and Power. Now, Astorella's 360 New Zealand as they move in. Picture Perfect 550 and Nuns Chorus at 580. And there's Track and Field number 2 starting to tumble in a bit now from $17 into $11. Still to come on Inside Running, a recap on today's best bets. Also our best on breeding selections for today. And Tony Brassel is preparing to reveal his best bet of the day. Number 11 about to go up, that's Our Silhouette, another one from the McKee stable in the Sunline colours, just giving a few little headaches to barrier attendants at the moment. They're just they're about 2.5, nearly 3 minutes late with the running of this race, but I think they are pretty close to action now, and we're right to take you to New Zealand.
But jumped okay as they raced, and now Astorella one of the first away. Then Nuns Chorus taking it on and working up on the outside. Our Silhouette, and between horses now is Horse Ligari as they settle. Just a Dare on the outside, then followed by Picture Perfect, I Declare on the inside. Track and Field is one out on the outside, Miss Citrine, then followed by next is Bay Myth as they get across with about 800 metres to go. Around them Shorty on the outside with Just Love Me, then Stinger getting back on the inside, and well back also is Deputy Girl. Towards the rear Lotus Mac, and back there Aruba Sun. 700 metres to go, and the leader is on the inside, Our Silhouette from Just a Dare. Right there Miss Citrine, then followed by on the inside next Nuns Chorus. Going between horses is Horse Ligari as they come round the turn. 600 to go, the favourite Astorella on the inside of Track and Field. Shorty worked up wide with Bay Myth as they swing into the straight, and then Deputy Girl, and then followed I Declare well back on the inside. 450 to go, and it's still Our Silhouette. Just a Dare in the centre of the track comes strongly and takes the lead. Then followed by Horse Ligari is next, then along the inside I Declare's made a heap of ground, and down the outside here is Track and Field. They race in 200 metres to go. Just a Dare in front though. Track and Field's the only chaser. Out wide is Shorty, and a big run also by Deputy Girl. 100 to go. Just a Dare hard to catch. 3 lengths clear from Track and Field in second place. Just a Dare in front goes to the post, beat Track and Field. Shorty races through to grab third from Deputy Girl, then followed by next is Picture Perfect, then I Declare on the inside next, then followed home by Just Love Me. They're well spread out this lot. Lotus Mac the next one home from Aruba Sun. Bay Myth, then followed Astorella, disappointing. Stinger the next one, and then followed Our Silhouette. The pacemaker drifted right out, and back there also towards the rear was Horse Ligari, and in that last 2 or 3 Miss Citrine.
Unplaced in 11 starts up until today, Just Adair, but he's turned that around with a win, paying $18.60 and $5. 2 Track and Feld, $2.40 for a place, and 7 Shore Tea, $9.80. 3-2-7 across the line, third race from New Zealand. The next, race 4, when we go back to Awapuni, and that's coming up in 10 minutes' time. Mighty Chatham, $3.10, 2 Belsay, $5.80. 3's out for Suambull, $4.20, 10 for Jesse Hunter, Lassiter's Gold, $4.60, and 8 Nargile Bay, $7.40. That's the field, a steeplechase over 4,150 coming up at Awapuni in 9 minutes. Now, the full interim dividends on race 3, New Zealand. Just Adair, number 3, ridden by M. Hills, $18.60 and $5. 2 Track and Feld, ridden by M. Duplessis, $2.40. And 7 Shore Tea, ridden by L. Hoffman, $9.80. The Quinella was $41.90. The Exacta, $133.40. And the Trifecta paid $1,324.90. 3-2-7, as we see Just Adair hit the line. The third race from New Zealand, and the next there coming up in about 9 minutes' time. One of Australia's top riders returned to Melbourne during the week. Damien Oliver returned from a working holiday in Europe, New Zealand.
Downs and Belsay, the northern visitor in front. Second, Jesse Hunter. Lassiter's Gold out a little wider. Mighty Chatham in a line behind these. And then we have Suambull. And in the purple colours, the last when they settle down is Nargile Bay. So as they sight up to the one right in front of the stands here, and Belsay in front, this consistent chaser comes to this one here and just wanted to duck in a little, but got over it okay. They've got 2 circuits to make and leads by 3 lengths to the favourite. Mighty Chatham is right on the nickel. And Jesse Hunter and Lassiter's Gold in company with that, and then Suambull, and the last here is Nargile Bay as they turn out of the straight and about to head off the track into the country, and it is Belsay in front. Coming to the next one, arrives at it now, got in a little close. Mighty Chatham closed at it, they've all made it, and then Jesse Hunter and Lassiter's Gold, the stablemates together. Suambull's behind these by 3 lengths and about 4 lengths to Nargile Bay. To the second in the country, and Belsay again just slowed a little, and Mighty Chatham's only 2 lengths off it, although Nick Downs lets the leader run a bit now and open them up again here. From Mighty Chatham, Lassiter's Gold is third, and Jesse Hunter is fourth on the inside. There's 2 to Suambull and 4 lengths to Nargile Bay. Big leap, Belsay, the one that brings them back onto the course proper by the 1400 on this first circuit, and has a tidy lead on them now. Got away by 6 lengths to Mighty Chatham. There's 4 lengths to Lassiter's Gold. 2 to the next one is Jesse Hunter. Behind that, Suambull and Nargile Bay's tagged on. Flew the one at the 1200 metres, did the leader Belsay, as 2 did Mighty Chatham. In arrears of this leader by about 6 lengths or 7 lengths now. There's 5 or 6 further away then to Lassiter's Gold, 2 to Jesse Hunter, Suambull and Nargile Bay between runners. To the next down the back, he's taken off a long way from them as Belsay, but he's making pretty tidy work of it. And Belsay has now 8 lengths to Mighty Chatham. There's 6 to Lassiter's Gold and Suambull. The next down the back, over the 2 leaders go. The pack's chasing behind that. Suambull is followed through by Jesse Hunter, and Nargile Bay is the last one. So past the 800 metres on this circuit, and they start to stretch out a bit now. He's got a very big break. Belsay is probably 10 or a dozen lengths in front at this point. From Mighty Chatham, Raymond Connors content just to bowl along at this point. Leader gets over the next one. Mighty Chatham comes to it. Suambull improved with Lassiter's Gold, 4 or 5 lengths to Nargile Bay, and Jesse Hunter's the last one. So they've all had a circuit, all but a circuit behind them as they come to the one near the top of the straight. Belsay comes in and gets over it. They're closing on him quite quickly though now, about 5 lengths only to Mighty Chatham travelling, as to Suambull. Lassiter's Gold tracking through on those. Second to last Nargile Bay, and Jesse Hunter is the last one as they close ranks again, and coming to the one which was the start fence of course, and up and over goes Belsay, only about 2 lengths in front now from Mighty Chatham. Suambull's right there, 3 lengths then to the next line of 3, the inside Lassiter's Gold of Nargile Bay and Jesse Hunter, and they've all got a liberal coating here as they come down to the one in front of the stands, a little more than a circuit to make, and Belsay's had a bit of a breather mid stages. Here comes to the next one, up and over it. Mighty Chatham a lovely leap second. Suambull a pretty tidy job on the outside. 3 lengths then to Nargile Bay, Jesse Hunter and Lassiter's Gold. That's the order as they are about to leave the course proper again and head to the 2 in the country. And the leader is Belsay by only 2 lengths to Mighty Chatham and Suambull, and they're both travelling sweetly. Nargile Bay's getting now a little closer to the next they go, and then Jesse Hunter and Lassiter's Gold. They've all got a chance in the chase. There's not much from first to last either here. Might only be 6 6 in it, but they've given us a fair sight. And Belsay coming to the next from Mighty Chatham and Symbol 3 lengths behind that. 2.5 to 3 lengths to Nargile Bay. Then second to last, Jesse Hunter. And Lasseter's Gold is still the last one. He's applying a little more pressure on this leader, Belsay. About to tackle the one by the 1400 metres, up and over it from Mighty Chatham and Symbol right behind him now. There's 6 lengths to Nargile Bay, 4 to Jesse Hunter and 5 lengths to Lasseter's Gold. And these back markers under a little pressure now as Belsay is about to move to the one by the 1200 metres. 2 in front of Symbol and Mighty Chatham. Symbol, what a spectacular toss for Danny Brun. He was catapulted right out of the saddle and not to his feet yet, Danny, looking to get up, and he may well be doing so now. So as they go to the next by the 1,000 metres, Belsay, didn't make a great job of that one. Mighty Chatham's gone up inside of him now, about 10 lengths Nargile Bay, and then we have Jesse Hunter, and further back is Lasseter's Gold as Mighty Chatham takes over, and just tried to have a bow peep back to Danny. Can't find him at the present time. He's up on his pins. That's great. So Mighty Chatham has taken the lead down the side of the course, and Mighty Chatham has broken away by 4 lengths to Belsay, who's nothing if not game, and there's 20 lengths away then to Nargile Bay, 2 to Jesse Hunter trying to close on that, and out of commission is Lasseter's Gold. But Mighty Chatham's put a fair old gap in them now as they run down the side. They come towards about the 500 metres, and the fave and Raymond Connors about 10 lengths to Belsay, 20 lengths to Nargile Bay, grimly trying to hang on to the third placing, and Jesse Hunter is 3 lengths behind that runner. Into the course proper, onto the straight, I should say, though. They've got 1 to go and 350 metres out, and Raymond Connors and Mighty Chatham only have to negotiate the last to get the prize. Up and over it, yes, put in a pretty good display, Mighty Chatham. He knuckled just a little on landing, but he's well clear, and a long extended peep over the shoulder by Raymond Connors, and his pride and joy is giving him a nice easy run to the line. Belsay is holding second, about 6 lengths away to a pretty good struggle for third between Nargile Bay and Jesse Hunter, but it's all Mighty Chatham, and the $2.05 favourite has absolutely bolted in. What a big win. Second is Belsay. Nargile Bay clinging to third. He's going to hang on all right. And then Jesse Hunter and Lasseter's Gold. It'll be the last to complete the course. One as a favourite should. It was evident a long way out. It was going to be the business again today, Mighty Chatham. $2.05 and $1.45 for the place. Have a look at that for a very long look over the shoulder for Raymond Connors. Won very nicely hurdling last time out at Foxton. This is the 7th chasing start. 2 wins and 4 placings in this role. He's had 3 wins and a couple of placings in the hurdling caper as well. And this 9-year-old by Little Brown Jug out of Yellow Chat, trained and ridden by Raymond Connors, part owner of the horse, and down to the line. Yeah, looked after him too, so he's not been too tough the last little bit. Here's the call.
128, the 4th at New Zealand. The 5th New Zealand coming up in 7 minutes when we go back to Pukekohe. And Gold Story, $4.90, 11 for He's Pompous, $4.20 Keen, Arab Hunter, $5.50, Cell T, $8.70, Big Julie, $4.20, and 7 Godfrey, $8.60. And that's the field. Another steeplechase coming up, over 3,900 metres, the 5th event from New Zealand. On the previous event, race 4, 1 Mighty Chatham, $3.120, 2 Belsay, $3.50, 8 Nargile Bay, no third, 10.60 Quinella, Exacta, $18.40, and the trifecta, $112.10 on race 4 from New Zealand. Soon we'll be heading to Canterbury Park and joining Terry Bailey and Ken Callender, and still a lot more New Zealand racing to come. But as we take a break, the Australian Racehorse of the Year Awards are in Melbourne on Thursday night. The favourite is the Great Mare Sunline, who returns today in the Manikato Stakes. Let's have another look at this great mare as we take a break on Inside Running. Pompous 980, 3 Keen at 380, 4 Arab Hunter 680, Cell T 990, $8 Big Julie, and 15 for Godfrey. And we'll have to watch the start of this race fairly carefully. We tended to miss the kick last time out at New Zealand. They snuck up on us with a standing start race, a standing start akin to what they have at the trots. The tapes went back and away they went. But that was, of course, over at Awapuni at Pukekohe. They've got the barriers in action, those open barriers, and they are now starting to call them in. So we'll be right with this one. Gold Story, $2.80, Keen at $3.50, and then $7.20 for Arab Hunter, number 4. Another steeplechase coming up. They're keen on their jumps races in New Zealand. Let's head to the track.
Now, Big Julie and He's Pompous are the last couple. So Big Julie goes in. He's Pompous about to load. Start of the 1,600-metre shoot. A couple of laps of the track, 3,900 metres. So they're set to go. The chasers. He's Pompous was the first to bounce out. Cell T drifted back early, and Godfrey races up to go with the leader. So too Gold Story, first on the journey coming up, and the leader is now the He's Pompous out wide on the track. Right there is Gold Story and Godfrey between the two as they go to this first. Then dropping in fourth is Big Julie. Over they go. Good jumping too from Arab Hunter. The next one from then back is Keen and Cell T, the last one, but only 5 covering them the second on the journey, and Godfrey let go to lead them by a couple of lengths and jumped a nice jump. About Gold Story's in second place. He's Pompous on the outside as they go towards the next one. Big Julie's handy enough next at the fence now. Godfrey goes to it, strides over. Beautiful leap once again, 2.5. He made ground on that jump. He's Pompous on the outside of Gold Story. Then right there also is then Big Julie from Arab Hunter. Cell T as they work out in the country, and Cell T is last and about 6 lengths off the pace. So working out towards the 800-metre mark, and it's still Godfrey the leader, 1.5 lengths from He's Pompous, and then Gold Story on the inside, 2.5 to Big Julie in the clear, 2 to Cell T, and back with it Keen and Arab Hunter as they swing towards the next one at the top. So Godfrey 1.5 lengths clear going towards this fence. He's Pompous is next. Gold Story dropped back on the inside at that one, and then going up quickly was on the outside Big Julie. Now closing quickly was Keen, and also there Arab Hunter, and still last is Cell T as they work down towards the turn. They have 4 fences in the straight to clear by the 600 metres, and Godfrey with his head on his chest to 2.5 from He's Pompous, 2.5 to Big Julie, then Gold Story the inside, then Keen, then followed Arab Hunter as they swing to this first of 4. Cell T is the last horse, but going to it, Godfrey led them over, 2.5 to 3. Beautiful jump by He's Pompous. Right there then on the inside of it is Big Julie coming to the next in the straight, and Godfrey comes to it. He strides over, 3 to 4 clear. He's Pompous and Big Julie, the next two. Keen's handy enough, so too Gold Story the inside. Over they come over the next. The last in the straight coming up, and Godfrey comes to it now. He is pricked and over he goes, 4 lengths clear. He's Pompous travelling out a bit from on the inside of it. Big Julie and saving ground now. Gold Story and Michelle Hopkins has moved up to be handy. Keen is out next, then followed by Arab Hunter, and Cell T is last as they go to the judge. A lap to go. Godfrey is the pacemaker. 2.5 clear from He's Pompous. They're well all on the bit as they leave the straight. Gold Story is lying third on the inside. From then Big Julie. From next is Keen. Arab Hunter is the next horse, and Cell T is still last and about 6 to 8 off the pacemaker, which is Godfrey as he swings out towards the fence by the 1,600 metres, and there's no change as Godfrey goes clear about 3 lengths. He's Pompous clear second, 4 back to Gold Story, then 3 to Keen, with on the outside Big Julie's drifted a bit. 3 back to Arab Hunter, then 3 back Cell T up the next, and Godfrey goes to it, strides over, beautiful jump. He's Pompous has been great jumping throughout. Gold Story's closed quickly. There's only half lengths between this lot, then Big Julie, then Keen, then Arab Hunter and Cell T as they go to the start fence on the far side. Godfrey still in front and going keenly too. He's at it and strides over, beautiful leap. He's Pompous second. Right there Gold Story going evenly from then Big Julie. They're at the next, and over goes Godfrey, 2.5 to 3. He's Pompous, Gold Story. Right there then is Big Julie, 1.5 to Keen, then Arab Hunter and Cell T. They're going to sprint at any moment. They go now by the 1100 metres, and Godfrey led them over, and 2.5 clear on. He's Pompous and Gold Story. Big Julie's about 4 back with Keen, which is being kicked along now, and so too then is Salty, and drifting out is Arab Hunter. As out into the country they go once again, and they still haven't claimed Godfrey in the lead. Away by 3, and going away, if anything, they're sprinting now. He's Pompous second, Gold Story worked on third, then 4 back behind them, Big Julie, Keen the next one, then Salty. He's about 12 to 15 off the pace, and drifting out is Arab Hunter. Going to the next, and Godfrey strides over now, going quickly after him, Gold Story, and he's Pompous the outside. 4 back to Keen, still battling away, and so too is Big Julie. 4 back then to Sell T. They race down 650 metres to go, and the leader is still Godfrey. He's Pompous has worked on hard now as they come round the turn. Gold Story's lying third on the inside, and then Big Julie coming into it quickly. 4 to go for Godfrey. He's over though, 2 cleared. Oh, well, Big Julie all but went the rider, got back, great ride. Gold Story's coming on the inside to take over though, 3 to go. Keen's coming with it. Gold Story, Keen the 2 from He's Pompous on the outside. Godfrey's drifted, and then Big Julie over the 2 to go, and the leader is Keen from Gold Story on the outside. He's Pompous is right there, third over the last they come. Keen in front now and races away. Gold Story trying to peg it back but can't do so. Keen's going to race away, 2.5 to 3 clear on Gold Story. Good fight for third. Big Julie and He's Pompous going to the post. Keen's got the money, second at the line. Gold Story, Big Julie raced into third. He's Pompous faded to fourth, then followed by Sell T. Well back behind these then were Arab Hunter and Godfrey the pacemaker, drifted out last.
Across the line, 316, number 3, Keen, ridden by N. Hanley, $3.70 and $2.40. 1 Gold Story, $1.50 and 6 Big Julie, no third. 316 in the steeple, race 5. Back on the flat for the next New Zealand, race 6 in 9 minutes. Esprit, $8.10. Zidane, $10. Abraka Triangles at 26. 17 Baruska. Lakeside Jake, $8.50. Kinesi at 24, and 8 Socialite at $11. Lady in Black, $7.60, Royal Times, $5.70, 20 Demi Moore, Tudor Blue, $12, 10 Margarita, and Pukekohe at $11. That's the 6th New Zealand, due in 9. On the race just run, 3 Keen, $3.70 and $2.40. 1 Gold Story, $1.50. 6 Big Julie, no third. $3.80 for the Quinella. The Exacta, $12.90. The Trifecta paid $34.80 on race 5, New Zealand. Now we're returning to Terry Bailey, Ken Callender and Wayne Harris at Canterbury Park. Looks like fine conditions, Terry. How's the
last of them have gone in now. We're ready. Royal Times off the inside as they're away and racing, and Kinesi's got back as to Pukekohe, and easing back as well was Zidane and Tudor Blue. Lakeside Jake has begun well. Lady in Black hunting through on the inside. Margarita's right with these runners, as too is Socialite. 2 lengths Esprit and Baruska, Demi Moore between them, and Abraka Triangle a little deeper out. Zidane behind these runners, and then Pukekohe, Tudor Blue wider to Royal Times, and a long way Kinesi as they work off the back, and Socialite working around the outside has taken the front from Lady in Black, and Lakeside Jake is getting a nice easy run third. Behind them is Margarita and Baruska a little deeper out as Abraka Triangle. Zidane is getting up on the inside of runners, and then Esprit hunted up a bit here but does go forward. Back behind these runners then is Royal Times. Tudor Blue further away then is Pukekohe. A little break then to the next is Demi Moore and Kinesi. Coming to the turn, Lady in Black over on the inside now. From on the outside of it is Socialite as they go for home, and behind these Zidane's getting right up on the inside and will level with them. Back and behind them Royal Times, Abraka Triangle further back then is Lakeside Jake. It's Zidane on the inside. After it on the outside again is Socialite, who may have hit the front, and Esprit is grinding away. Lady in Black and Royal Times back in behind them. Socialite and Zidane, little or nothing between them, and then wider out is Esprit. Socialite, Zidane on the inside. Socialite and Zidane, nothing in it. Socialite is just in front for David Walker, and Socialite will win. Zidane second, Esprit has run third. Back behind these runners Royal Times. The next was Lady in Black, Tudor Blue. Margarita behind them, Abraka Triangle, Lakeside Jake, Pukekohe, Baruska, Demi Moore and Kinesi.
8 Socialite, $6.90 and $3.40. 2 Zidane, $2.50 and 1 Esprit, ridden by Michael Walker, $1.90. David Walker on the winner. 8-2-1 across the line.